This is Fibre Systems TV reporting from the Broadband World Forum in Berlin. In a week when the Broadband Forum announced that the world had reached the 1 billion broadband connections milestone, we've been asking what needs to happen during the next year to make sure the network infrastructure is fully equipped to meet connectivity demands from the market.
For 2019, we absolutely see the need for operators to really ramp up the investments in the gigabit society technologies, particularly in the access space. If we look at the likes of the 10 gig PON technologies now, I think there's broad acceptance here at the show this year that the GPON technologies that the industry has been deploying for the last sort of 15 years is really coming to its end of life now at this point, and they've got to start investing in those 10 gig PON technologies. Also as well with the GFAST technologies to allow that gigabit service over the copper infrastructures. When I look at the likes of some of the things that consumers are doing, everything from the latest games that are coming out in the Xbox store, one of the most recent games that was brought out is 110 gigabytes in size to download. Think about doing that on a 10 meg broadband connection, forget it, it'll take you weeks. So really there's a lot of movement out there on the applications that consumers are using that's going to demand more and more bandwidth, and the operators really, as they make these investments in this next round of investment that have to last for 10 years, they've really got to make sure they pick the right technology.
So in 2019 we'll see massive adoption of 10 gig fiber technologies. And the key thing there is to be able to use that fiber for multiple applications, not just for residential, but also for business services and for mobile transport, for example, for 5G fronthaul. So the key enabling technology there will be network slicing. So that's going to be the thing to watch in 2019.
So when it comes to developing the network, it's not only about upgrading the ones that already have a lot of broadband speeds to even more speeds. So the developments are really in the areas to connect the unserved or underserved. So key technologies are GFAST reverse power TPUs, which can actually bridge the gap between fiber running in the street and the home by connecting fiber to the copper lead-in. But another key development here is as well is fixed wireless, where you actually use the air interface to provide high-speed broadband services to the home, even in the most remote locations.
So at Scient, we believe that there are two key areas that service providers and operators need to look at. One is the densification of the network. That's looking at small cells and heterogeneous networks. So operators need to have a strategy and a plan to effectively roll that out to cope with the vast throughput of data that's going to come through 5G. And also on the fixed side, they need to look at how you can effectively provide effective fiber backhaul infrastructure to those cell sites to cope with that data backhaul demands that can arise through the introduction of 5G and millimeter wave technology.
To keep up for the network infrastructure about the demand of the customer is clearly connectivity and coverage for the end customer, and that will drive down the service call rate for the ISP.
We are in the middle of a very interesting wave of transformation, and I think that there's much work to be done. What I'm looking forward to see in 2019 and on is more advanced with the innovation and disruption, and hopefully really getting the best from the industry initiatives, both on the open source side and the so-called open standards. So I'm looking forward to these communities to unite their efforts and bring the evolution and advances of the fiber access infrastructure on and on.
At ZTE, we believe that there will be tremendous requirement from the residential customer for FTTH, and also new fiber resources shall be rolled out in the network. And we need to re-architecture the AO office and also the CO office to bring new business model to the market. And also we believe based on the SDN and NFV, it could bring us more automation and more smart and agile network. So all this is ZTE's vision to the next 5 years.